Welcome back to Real Life in Real Estate. I'm Nikki Robbs, and today I want to talk about how to get started. So I thought when I started the podcast that I would have a series of videos that would really simply walk you through the very beginnings of starting to buy a home or starting to sell a home. And one video at a time would build upon another. And honestly, when I started, I wasn't super familiar or comfortable on camera, and so I thought that could wait. Well, I did, and that means that these episodes on how to get started do not exist on video, and video is our primary method of communication now. So it's time to start over, which is fine because it's not starting over for you. This is the first time. It's just starting over for me. So let's dig in. How to get started on buying a home. Now, some of this might be dated information. I don't know yet, but it is January of 2026, and everything I know right now is what I can share with you. Will things change? Probably. Is there some inaccurate information that 3 years from now we have changed a form? Very likely. That's okay, because this is January 2026. If you're thinking of buying a home in 2026, that's what we're talking about. How to get started. Now, first thing I want you to do is come and tell me. That's so simple. Number one, come tell me. Come tell me that one of your dreams or goals is to buy a house in 2026. Doesn't matter whether that's upsizing, downsizing, right sizing, or just making a change. We're just making a change this year. Whether that is job or family or anything else, we're making a change this year because that involves so many things, and I want to be on your side, to be your biggest cheerleader for the entire process. So number one, come tell me. And if you are going to be moving to an area that I cannot serve, I would love to refer you to someone that I can trust, someone I would send my own family members to. You don't have to fly blind. I can also coach you on how to interview real estate agents if I'm not the person that you're going to be working with. That's fine, honestly. If you're going to be moving to Spokane, of course, I think my brother, David Uhlencott, would be the best real estate agent in Spokane, but I'll let you interview him and discover how much you like him. If you're going to be moving way up north, I've got friends up north in like Whatcom County, Skagit County. I can refer you to them. If it's going to be further than Olympia, down south, Chehalis, Centralia, and Vancouver, I've got some friends I would refer you there too. So let's get started. Just ask me. Ask me, who would you work with if you're buying in this area? Next, let's find a lender. I have several lenders that I can recommend, and because some of these lenders deal with certain types of loans, let's make sure that you're getting the right loan and the right lender for your situation. If you have a VA loan, let's make sure you're sure that you have a fantastic VA lender. I've got some real great ones I would love to introduce you to. If it is going to be a manufactured home, guess what? Your options are a little bit limited, but that's okay because we still know some really great people that can handle this type of loan. If you need a jumbo loan, or something where you're going to stay in this house, rehab this house, and you need a way to manage the sale of one without moving, I've got somebody for that too. So number one, talk to me. Number two, let's connect you with a lawyer. A lawyer? No, a lender. Well, gotta love that verbal flub sometimes, right? Hopefully you don't need a lawyer. But number one, talk to me. Number two, let's get you a lender. Number three, now we're gonna start looking at houses. You will have a meeting with me to establish what are you looking for and what does our buyer and agent relationship look like. We actually have a legal form for this, the buyer agency relationship agreement, and it is kind of like going out in high school and meeting someone that you're kind of serious about, but in actuality, it's a lot more like hiring a lawyer. You're giving me permission to handle a very big financial and emotional decision. You're giving me the ability to work on your behalf, guiding you through this transaction. We can define all kinds of things like, where are you looking? How do I get paid? How does that work? Because it's ultimately your money. We can also determine how long we want to work together. And the beauty of this agreement is that it is always cancelable by you. With cause or without cause. You can simply send an email that says, you know what, it's not working. I'd like to terminate our agreement, and that's fine. So far, I've never had anybody do that. So I'm hopeful that that's a trend I'm going to continue. Let's move forward. We have had our buyer agency agreement meeting, and we have started to work with are you looking for in this home? What are you looking for in this next season? I have a couple of strategic questions that can help you identify what is really going on. Because it's easy to say 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and on this size lot. in this location for this budget. That's only part of the story. The other part of the story is a pain point that you're experiencing right now. I'm bumping into my family in the kitchen. I've got one family member that has some unique needs. We need to have no stairs. My dog needs to get worn out, and where we are is not working. I need a shorter commute. I need different schools. We've already made this transition. Got mom and dad moving in with us. What's the real thing going on? Let's get beyond the 3-bedroom, 2-bath and get to the real story. Now we're going to go start seeing homes. My role in seeing the homes is to give you facts and options. I might find a home that you don't like. You might find a home that I think doesn't fit your list. That's okay. We're going to walk through that together. That will help me refine my understanding of what you're looking for. And please keep an open mind when I'm sending you things that you think, that's not it at all. Maybe I see something in that house that you may have overlooked. That's okay. Now, you've gotten started. We've seen the homes. You are pre-approved by a great lender and we're ready to go. Next, we make an offer. In a slow season like January and February, we often don't have a ton of competition. So as long as our offer is reasonable and a little bit flexible with the ability to negotiate, we might get our offer taken, might get picked up. We might get it all signed around in less than 24 hours and then we can move on. Sometimes it requires a bit of negotiation, and that's fine. That's why you hired me, to negotiate on your behalf for your best interest. During the negotiation period, we are looking at a lot of factors, including financing, home inspection, any other contingencies that are going on, like a flexible closing date or other needs that may arise during that time. Easy peasy. I do this for a living. We got this. Negotiations are fun. We're going to get that thing signed around. If we can't come to an agreement that is in your best interest, and of course they have an agent who is looking out for their best interest also. That's why we can do this, because we're not the emotional parties here. It'll be easy. Once we get to an agreement, awesome. If we don't get to an agreement, we start over. Sometimes that means we come back with a different offer. We discovered, oh, the seller is actually looking for these particular pieces in an offer, and we can make that happen, or we can't. But let's assume we did. Moving forward, you're going to deposit your earnest money. It is often a wire transfer from your bank to the title and escrow company. That occurs within a matter of 48 hours, so make sure it is a liquid asset that is already in your bank and there are no questions around it. It's not gift money, anything like that. We will talk about the exact amount in person. That fluctuates from person to person. After the earnest money is deposited, that means that your contract is now legal. That's what it takes. Then we'll move on to the inspection period. During the inspection, which could be as quick as 48 hours or as much as 10 days, we have a third party hired by you, a home inspector and possibly sewer scope, come in, evaluate the house, and just give you the facts. Here is what we've found. We have found X, Y, and Z. And then you have choices. Do we have to get it repaired? Can we negotiate it into the selling price? Or is this something we're going to worry about later? Those are all choices. Now, what type of loan you have may define whether you have the choice to worry about it later. Some situations mean that these repairs, certain repairs, are required by the lender before closing. But we'll talk about that because I'm familiar with that situation. Once we get through the inspection, now the seller has agreed to whatever we negotiated to, everybody's happy and we can move on. Now, your loan can move into underwriting. This is where the lender sends all the paperwork over to their underwriting team and they verify and ask further questions for clarity. This is when they are going to send you more requests for the same information that you've already submitted, and that's okay. It's not meant to be frustrating. It's meant to bring clarity and confirmation to the facts that you've already submitted. So when you've got those W-2s and those annual tax returns, keep them handy. You're going to need them twice. This is also the period where I back off a little bit. There isn't a whole lot for me to do and to advocate for while it is in underwriting. It might feel like I've withdrawn, and I'm so sorry if that is your feeling, but it is not on purpose. It's simply that my role has changed. And right now the lender and the underwriting team are the ones that you will be working with primarily. That's okay. Once we get through underwriting, now we are into appraisal. Yay! Sometimes appraisal occurs almost simultaneously with underwriting, so that just depends on the situation, the market, the speed at which things are moving, the availability of appraisers. That's okay. So here we go. We're almost to the finish line. Now we're looking at setting that closing date and scheduling your signing and the seller's signing and the transfer of funds. It's going to be fun. It might be a little bit stressful because you are also trying to move. Let's talk about some good options for moving companies or moving procedures, little hacks that I've picked up from clients along the way. In my buyer's packet, I can share with you a lot of handymen, a lot of vendors that you may need in your homeownership journey, as well as movers, because sometimes our friends aren't just the best movers anymore. Our kids are not the best movers anymore, and it's time to hire a professional. So I've got some recommendations for you in this area for great movers who will treat your belongings like they're your own. So that is how to get started on buying a house. Number 1, come talk to me. Number 2, let's talk to a lender. And number 3, let's start finding that home and refining the choices that are available to you. Sometimes we get stuck at number 3 because jobs change, incomes change, goals change. Sometimes we have asked some really good clarifying questions and we've discovered, I don't want to live here. I don't want to do that. That's not really where I want to go. That's okay. This process is able to start over or pick it up where we left off. It can take as long as you want, but ideally we're looking at about 90 days, maybe 6 months. We can do this. We can get you home. If 2026 is your year to get home, please reach out to me through this video, through whatever platform you know me from, email, text, phone, social media. I'd love to talk with you and help you get started on your 2026 goals of buying a home.